Hey guys, what is up? Mike here. Thanks for tuning in to another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about 4 things that you need to learn to become a solid UI UX designer. In fact, I was just reading email. 2 people asked me in the last week, Mike, what are the basic things that I need to learn to become a UI UX designer? So I want to talk about these 4 things that really sums up what makes a UI UX designer. You can get started learning these things today. 4 things. The number 1 thing, you have to adopt a UI UX design tool. If you're coming from another industry, you're just not getting started, but you love the idea of this of UI UX design, you want to start building things and solving problems and things like that, adopt a UI UX design tool. That's the first thing. Now there's about 15 tools on the market. The leading tool being Sketch. Behind that is Adobe XD. I would assume behind that might be Figma, which is drawing interest in a lot of designers. Photoshop is still there, Adobe Illustrator, UXPen, Adobe or Axure, even InVision Studios coming out with a new tool. All of these tools do the same thing. You need to adopt a tool because this tool is what you're going to use to do all your UI, UX design, high fidelity mockups, wireframes, and so forth, right? This tool will become your baby. You'll be using it day in, day out, all right? You have to adopt one. And why do I say adopt one? You don't need several, because once you learn the essentials of one particular tool, it's about 20 different essential things that you're going to use every single day to design mockups, wireframes, and so forth. Those essential things are pretty much applied in every other application. So if there's 15 applications on the market, if you learn one, the learning curve to learn another one will be really quick. I'm talking 15, 30 minutes, an hour to learn that new tool to be able to do the same thing. So adopt a tool. That's the first thing. I recommend going with Sketch. If you have a Mac, I use Sketch daily. It's my tool of choice. If you have a PC, I recommend going with Adobe XD to get started. All right, so adopt a UI UX design tool. That's number 1. Number 2 is learn visual UI design. All right, you're just gonna have to learn how to design a screen, learn how to design a page for mobile or desktop or tablet or whatnot. It's the same principles, same concepts, just different dimensions. Now, this is the hardest part in the things that I'm about to outline is visual UI design. I teach it by through a modeling technique, basically looking at other designs on Dribbble, Pinterest, or Google Images, finding beautiful UI designs and sort of practicing each and every day, trying to mimic those designs, because those are the principles and techniques that you're going to use when you're designing your own screens for future projects and things like that. So number 2 is learning visual UI design. This is the hardest one. Why? Because it takes practice. You're going to learn, and over weeks and months you get better and better and better. But visual UI design is number 2. Okay, number 3 and 4, these are the more, I wouldn't say advanced, but these are more like, you know, there's a lot of thought that goes into this. Is understanding problem solving is number 3, and applying critical thinking. So number 3 would be problem solving, understanding problem solving, and you get better at this as you go. Problem solving boils down to defining the problem that's being described to you. Once you clearly define a problem, you're halfway there in solving it, and once you understand what problem you're trying to solve for, you can design a solution for it. So read up, learn about problem solving, and you'll get better at applying your problem solving technique for projects. All right, so that's number 3. Number 4 would be critical thinking. Critical thinking, I've mentioned this in several videos. I teach this in my course, in my continuing education program. Critical thinking comes down to asking logical and rational questions. It's basically, if you ask questions in every step of the process, whether it be, hey, what users are we targeting, and maybe asking you, now you go to user research and you're asking your users, your customers that you're building the site for or this app for, you know, what are their thoughts about this, you know, what needs do they need, or what frustrations do they have, and things like that. So you're asking questions in every step of the way, starting from the kickoff meeting to the end process, or to the end, like delivering assets to development. You're asking questions, and it's all about critical thinking. And so critical thinking is logical, rational questions, and through process of elimination, you can get to the root of exactly it is what people are, what clients are asking for, and what your product managers is asking of you and what the problem is. An example of critical thinking, and we do this every single day. An example of critical thinking would be like if my son said, you know, Dad, my stomach is hurting, right? And if I said, hey, just take this pill or whatever, or take some medicine, or sip on some 7-Up, and you'll be fine. That's not using critical thinking. Critical thinking would be, hey Preston, like, okay, so when did your stomach start hurting? Did you eat something before that? And he'll say, yeah, I ate a popsicle or something. And I'm thinking, okay, he probably ate some sugar, his stomach's upset. And I'll say, did your stomach start hurting prior to or after that, or was it hurting, you know, before that? If he says, no, you know what, Dad, it's been hurting for the last few days, like the last few weeks, on and off. And I'm like, whoa, so it's not the popsicle, it's actually something else, right? It's a little bit more serious. Now, as I'm asking questions and through process of elimination, I'm knocking things out, I can probably see, oh, maybe it's a more serious problem, you know, and then I can take him to the doctor and get it checked out. Point here is, through critical thinking, if you apply this to like product design, that's when you can eliminate things and you ask questions as you're building out a screen. Am I designing the right screen? Is this what the user wants? Is this where the button should be? Is this the flow that is right for this particular task? Critical thinking is huge. I explained this in a video in my continuing education program, but basically those 4 things makes up, in my opinion, makes up a strong product designer, a strong UI UX designer. Number 1, having knowledge of a tool, getting really understanding of that tool, using that tool inside and out. 2, visual design. 3, problem solving, understanding your problem solving process and technique. And 4, using critical thinking. If you do those things, you will become a strong UI UX designer. If you want to learn more about the things that I just mentioned and you want to get started in building your career as a UI UX designer, you can visit my site, ML UX Academy. You can click on that link right there, that information icon. You can learn more about the things that I teach and get started today learning the tools or the things that I just mentioned, and get started in boosting your skills, boosting your earning potential, and growing your career as a UI UX designer. All right, thanks guys for watching. If you like the things that I talk about, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on that little notification icon to be notified of videos like this in your inbox, and follow me on Twitter, all those other things. As always, thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.